We had to evacuate, so it was left up to us how well we had prepared beforehand, which was a huge thing. But the other thing is that I always knew this would happen one day. I'd heard from some of the old locals that things that had happened before, these catastrophic disasters a long, long time ago. So I knew it's inevitable that there will be fire, there will be these ridiculously huge floods and things. And I guess that's where the planning and preparedness comes in. But even being prepared for a disaster, recovery is very difficult to come to terms with afterwards. There's a lot of fear, and even just the smell, the cleanup, the initial horror of it all, with the animals and the vegetation and what else was impacted beyond your home and things. Because I'm really into land, and that was what was impacted too. So it's just having empathy with the local life, all the sentient life around us, and the emotional impact of that. It was hard. I think I'm still having trouble coping with stuff. I can sense that I've still got trauma there from it. I'm a bit fearful just before we get rain, even though I know that the place is even better now than it was before. We're even more prepared now. You keep on doing that stuff. You sit and you realize what your weaknesses are in your surroundings, so you make sure that you get on top of all of that. And that's fantastic, but yeah, I get pretty teary when I see or hear about other floods that are happening. Because it's also now about being aware of what can actually happen in a community when a fire or a flood does come through. I was prepared, but not everyone else was. And one of the things that concerns me is that there are still people in Lismore and other areas that are not housed. They're still not sure of their future. They haven't been able to really settle back into a home. That's what really concerns me, for them first of all, but also, what if it happens here? What will happen to our community? People will disperse, businesses won't be able to be supported, and we need them. We need those places that are hubs for the community. I think it would be really terrible. It would be just such a loss for everybody if something like that happened. It would have such a huge impact. And also, just not having a path that is clear for people to look forward to or to know that they can rebuild within a certain time frame. And if it doesn't happen speedily, the recovery, I don't think it would ever be the same again. So hope, I think, in the sense of disasters, is about preparedness. But it's also that we've got to change our ways. We can't just be how we used to be. What we do affects everybody around us. So if we're set in our ways and only look after ourselves, what happens? Especially in areas that are isolated or when services get cut. If we can't check the disaster apps or make a call, how can we connect to get the support when we need it or give support? Even if something as basic as making sure everyone has clean water when we're cut off, or if we're off-grid and can boil our water, checking if our neighbours also need water. Some people do this already, and I get emotional thinking about how much we all supported each other last time. But I worry about those that are isolated, or new people who just don't know, who maybe don't even know how to prepare. That's why what I found is so good is all of the wonderful people that have spent time in the emergency services coming to talk about how to prepare and how it's been done before and how people have been able to recover. We need to talk about it because even once it's over and you have recovered a bit, it can still take years. It changes you. I don't think you can go through that and not have it change you. And I've still got my lovely little go bag right beside the back of the door with all the stuff I might need. Not my personal things, but a safety blanket and emergency stuff, torches, if I ever need it again. Maybe I never will. I hope I never will. But at least I know it's there.